My name is Ross Ewan, and I'm calling for young people in Scotland to become politically engaged. I first became interested in politics during the independence referendum. I was a bit upset we voted no, but this gave me a political awakening and got me looking into the world of politics, more than most people my age. I feel this need to ensure that this typically politically disengaged generation gets out and votes for their best future, whatever they believe that is. This is where I come in. I will use my ingenious methods to make sure this happens and get young people voting by any means possible. And I mean by any means possible. This is getting involved. It's always fascinated me why young people aren't as into politics in the UK as they are in other European countries. So Scott, what have you got for me?
Well, states such as Estonia and Finland, they have civic education compulsory from an early age, and they have such a high voter turnout. Maybe that's why people aren't as interested in politics from an early age.
Yeah, it could be useful to teach young children from like primary 1 age about basic politics, just to sort of like plant the seeds for their interest in the subject. I think that could work.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Should I write here, do you think, if I have a brainstorm?
Yeah, I mean, anything helps, you know.
Put some bullet points in the way. I'll put 5, because I think we should aim for at least 5. So we're setting out a goal, a target.
So Jensen, what have you found for me?
Well, historically, many political sites have just used static online brochures, for example, and treated the viewers as just a passive viewership. This didn't connect to the youth because it just wasn't the way they used the internet. They weren't being connective. It's almost as if these sites don't really get the youth in a sense. It just seems there is no active attempt to attract them.
Okay, so more connectivity is needed.
Yeah, for sure.
Televised news was at one point people's main source of information, but that's changed. Most of us really don't care about checking it out anymore. We're sick of it, and this means we're missing out on important issues that can affect us. Viewing figures for televised news are down across the board. It has the potential to be the biggest political educator again.
Yeah, I think you might want to take a look at Reese.
Okay. Hey Reese, what are you up to?
Nothing. I haven't found anything. Why?
No reason. Just try and find something for the end of the day for us, okay?
Yeah, sure. Just working with the camera.
Okay. There's been so many attempts to engage young people with politics, but so many of them have failed. What are your thoughts on sort of like participation amongst the youth? 18 to 25-year-olds tend to vote a lot less. Are their votes important? Do you feel like politicians take their votes seriously?
The thing is, if you imagine for a second, now I know this is really difficult, but just imagine that politicians are just out to get elected again, right? Imagine there's nothing else that crosses our minds. What politicians need to do in order to get elected again is to get as many votes as possible. So who votes? Well, old people vote. So we're going to put in policies in place for old people, because you can get a big amount of votes from doing policies that work very well for old people, and you don't need to even bother with thinking about young folk. So just in that kind of cold, hard numbers game, you can understand why some of the politicians go down that route. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that as many young folk as possible vote, so that politicians are more likely to take their views seriously.
Those are my special videos.
Special videos.
I like bigger girls.
The UK has fewer hospital beds per person than Spain, Italy, France.
I'm shocked. Hurling stones at Israeli soldiers up ahead of us, and the Israeli soldiers being firing back.
Okay, guys, I think I've actually got the answer that we've been looking for. It's a pretty unconventional solution, but I think it involves pornography somehow. And we've actually got Reese to thank for it, as I saw the grotesque footage on his computer. It was truly otherworldly, but it gave me an idea. Young people love pornography, including yourself.
You watched that video with the hamster?
I don't
It's
know what
undeniable.
that means.
80% of university students last year actually admitted to consuming pornography on a regular basis. And the site xHamster saw a 2.4 increase in women users on their site. And women actually make up 26% of the overall user base for the site. That kind of shows that porn's not just a guy thing anymore.
Well, that's very interesting, Ross, but where exactly are you going with this?
This is where it gets tricky. We need to find a way to use some kind of pornography, or at least the concepts related to it that I was talking about, to engage young people with the news, combine the two mediums somehow, so that the young viewers, the 18 to 25-year-olds will watch this and learn, become politically engaged, and hopefully politically motivated enough to vote. And that's what we want to solve.
So you're saying merge porn and the news to create some sort of new political educator?
Yeah, something like that.
That might work.
Yeah, can you show me the video again, by the way?
I don't know what that means. I'm not...
There's definitely a way to combine the two mediums. It may seem random, but studies have shown that pornography can actually be a successful educational tool if used correctly. I'm not saying we're going to make a porno or anything, but we may look at what pornography is all about. Things like sex positivity, body positivity, and body expression. And we're going to see if we can combine those concepts with the news to teach young people about what's going on in the political world. I guess we're going to find out if that works or not. So hi there, my name's Ross Owen. Could you introduce yourself to me, please?
My name is Alesh Radon. I'm a filmmaker and a video editor.
Well, what are your thoughts on, I guess, sex education in schools? Do you think that sort of stigmatizes, I guess, pornography and people expressing their bodies because of how black and white it is?
I think that many people talk about how pornography it's educational, and it is because, of course, as myself, what I did when I was a teenager, I educated myself. But I don't think that pornography should have this responsibility.
So Scott, is this legit? Could this actually work?
Might as well. Despite there being a long-standing stigma towards pornography and stereotypes, there are some that are using the medium for good, to educate the youth.
So I've kind of came up with an idea, guys. Slightly unorthodox, I'll admit, but I think we should create erotic news broadcast and upload it online to see if it is successful or not.
And how are we going to know if that works?
Young people aren't really watching the news like they should be, but they are on sites like OnlyFans all the time, so we need to talk in their language if we're going to get through to them and educate them about politics.
We could use OnlyFans as the platform. OnlyFans creators can regularly create news broadcasts to keep their young subscribers updated.
Yeah.
OnlyFans is a wildly popular adult entertainment site in which users upload videos of themselves to their subscribers at a fee. These can be pornographic or simply as a means to express their body positivity, which I believe we should be looking into. The user base grew significantly over the pandemic. Those who support OnlyFans believe it promotes sex and body positivity in a way which other platforms don't. The connectivity in which creators and users interact hasn't really been done before, at least not to this scale. However, understandably, there are still lots of detractors. We all continued our research into the subject. This project wasn't going to be as simple as possible, despite the body positivity message we were going for.
So yeah, we just need a quick erotic reading of the news. There's nothing much, it's just a very sensual reading of the headlines. How much would you charge for that? Oh, wow. Is that per breast? Can't just use the one. That's how much you charge per bouquet cheek? Oh, wow. No, that's just way out of our budget, I'm afraid. Appreciate you returning my call. Thank you.
Hey man, you seem kind of stressed.
I am stressed. It's just so expensive. No one even wants to do it, it's so hard to even get anyone to agree. Everything's out of our budget, and I'm just really, really stressed. right now.
Well, listen, man. You'll think of something. You can do anything.
Anything? I always feel good when Thomas touches my shoulder, and it gave me a bright idea.
So guys, that's the script for the OnlyFans video Locked. We've also fortunately secured a location, which is going to be my flat, which is convenient because the video's going to have to star me. It's our last resort. I mean, we couldn't get anyone else to do it, I'm afraid. So it has to be me.
I am so disappointed.
Mark! Mark! Reese! Reese!
What does he think he's doing?
I don't know what is going through his head, but he can't do it.
No, he can't. Have you seen him?
He's not exactly a sexy man.
He's all skin, bone, and just paste.
Yeah, no.
He's white.
He's
whiter than
white as milk.
I didn't expect both to come away.
I don't know what he's thinking, but I'm not on board. I'm not going to be helping him out with that at all.
Are you just gone?
Yeah, I think I'll have to. It's too much. That's ridiculous.
I know. Should at least see it through to at least something. I've got to make it less awful.
I don't know. I'm struggling with this. This is one of the stupidest ideas I've ever heard.
Ross, are you sure about this?
Yeah. What choice have we got? I'm just gonna have to go get sexy, I suppose.
Guess so.
Okay guys, so we need some more sort of sexy content to go along with the news, you know, to entice people to keep watching. Has anyone got any ideas for what we could do?
You could dance to a sexy song, you know. I've got this one here.
To a sexy song, to a sexy song, to a sexy song, sexy song. I've got this one here.
We immediately began production on our OnlyFans news broadcast. This was all our first time filming some adult entertainment, so it was pretty nerve-wracking for some, but we eventually got into it. Unfortunately, production wasn't as smooth as we hoped it would be. We were all so nervous, and it got worse once our producer left. So, how do you think this project's going, by the way?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I know, you seem very hesitant, but just stick in there with us, okay?
Well, okay, for now.
Yeah. You know, getting involved is all about being different, and this is different, so let's give it a shot.
All right.
Now, unlike me, the coronavirus pandemic is not hot at all. The council announced on Friday that over 1,000 local businesses in the city will share part of the grant, with each receiving upwards of £5,000. Oh my God, that's a lot of money.
Sounding kind of stressed there, Mark.
Well, I'm sorry, but that is not sexy. I'm all for body positivity, but you can tell that he's never done this before. I mean, do you really think that that is going to get people updated on the news?
So here it is, guys. The hardest, juiciest, most biting news that there is. International news. There's so much going on. Are you ready? I bet you are.
I can't do this, man. I quit.
Why?
I don't think that this is some great idea. It's too strange. How is that going to work? And think about what that could do to our reputation. I mean, this is just some strange modelling video with bits of the news thrown in.
You've not seen it through to the end yet, you know? For all we know, this could be a brand new educational tool to teach the youth about the news, get them actively engaged in keeping up with world events.
No, I think, in my opinion, I think we've gone too far out of the box. What we need to do is try something more conventional and realistic.
But getting involved isn't about being conventional and realistic. It's about finding unorthodox methods to engage the youth with politics. And that's what this is.
Look, I am sorry.
Are you actually serious?
Yeah, I have tried, you know? I've tried to do this, but...
There's no...
It's just...
Do you want some help?
I don't want your help. I'm sorry. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna need the mic back.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Have you been there the whole time? Have you been there as well?
Yeah, man. You seen Ross? Actually, I think he's quite upset about something. Actually, do you want to see if we can? Yeah, you know where he is?
I don't know actually. I have no idea, man.
Well, look. Hey, man. You seen Ross?
No, I have no idea.
No.
No.
Thomas, you seen Ross?
Yeah, he's up in the loft right now.
Alright, Ross, you in here?
Yeah, not now, Reese, though. I don't want to be in front of the camera.
What's up, man?
I feel like a failure. I really thought this project was going to work. But, no. I thought that using something like OnlyFans to keep young people updated about the news was a good idea, but clearly not.
What? You think this project's a failure?
I don't know, like, maybe Mark was right. Like, does it even work as OnlyFans content? Would people even watch this to keep updated with the news?
You're not a failure if you don't succeed. You're a failure if you don't try. You've come this far.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, yeah, it's almost done. I mean, may as well finish it. I should probably just keep coming. Come a little further.
There you go. Now you're talking, Ross. Let's go.
I decided to showcase the video to the group after it was completed. I was fairly happy with the results. It gave me confidence in the project.
I think the video was really good, actually. I think Ross has created something spectacular.
I do believe that it could be a worthwhile political educator for the youth.
I really do think people will watch it to be entertained and informed.
So Reese, what did you think of the video?
Nice.
I decided to showcase the video to others to get their reaction. I started with the 18 to 25 age demographic, who I thought may appreciate the video.
If someone was to walk in on me right now, I don't think I could explain this.
Their feedback was important. I've got something better in store for you.
I'm not sure what the message is, but I like it.
I was expecting less nipples.
If it wasn't shirtless, I'd have turned off ages ago. This just in, and questioning my heterosexuality.
The nipples were succulent.
I also met with local councillor Mary Bolton to get her thoughts on the video. I wanted to know whether she thought this could be a successful educational tool in engaging young people in the world of politics.
I think how much of that I could watch, maybe not that much, but it was a bit of fun. I think they'd be distracted by you rather than the message you were trying to deliver. So, you know, the balance maybe needs to be a little bit better because you'd be going, because the first thing I was thinking is, well, his shirt's open. I wonder, has he got a six-pack? You know, I was thinking more about what you look like rather than what you were saying. And I saw that for the first time. But, you know, if you were up there regular, I go, oh, here's Ross again. Oh, what's he wearing today? You know, nothing. Nothing today. Oh, well, okay, that's interesting.
Well, guys, the video's been a bit of a success. I'm sure you can agree with that. And to be honest, I think I deserve a round of applause. Not a long one, just a short one. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks, Jensen. That's the stuff. Now, I got us a little surprise. I got us some shots. You want to do some shots?
Why just the one glass?
I don't really have friends to do shots with, so I only have the one.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first then.
bottoms up, as they say on OnlyFans. Oh, you can have it.
It's okay. It's all yours. It's all yours.
Thomas, you can have that.
No, I'm good just now.
So far, the reactions have been fairly mixed, with some positive and others definitely not a fan of the idea. But that's all part of any experiment. We need a variety of viewpoints to see if this could truly work. It's an unorthodox idea. We need to truly understand people's thoughts on it. And that means speaking to all sorts of people, even those who you think may not agree with it.
Now, the message still coming through the sex education resources is that pornography is sort of okay in moderation, but the overall message was trivializing and vulgar, and frankly, it was just filth. And that raises an obvious question in the minds of the children. What about two men and two women? What do they do in bed to have these orgasms? I'll have what they're having. That sounds to me like an encouragement to experiment with lesbian sex. There's still a banana dipping into Nutella to illustrate anal sex. They don't really talk about the way that pornography can lead people into sexual perversions, including paedophilia.
Well, fortunately, we actually managed to get the rather controversial Scottish Family Party for an interview. I'm not too sure how they're going to feel about this video, to be honest, you know. I don't think they're very much for issues like sex and body positivity, and I don't know if they'll agree with our methods to engage the youth with political news. What do you think about this, Thomas?
Well, I think it's a good idea to speak with them. I mean, we are going to need a variety of opinions if this is to be scientifically sound.
No, I absolutely agree. I hope they enjoy this erotic news reading.
So, Robert, interview 1.
My name's Richard Lucas. I'm the leader of the Scottish Family Party. We're a socially conservative party. We're pro-family, we're pro-marriage, we're pro-freedom of speech. We're also a pro-life party as well, so we oppose assisted suicide, and we basically oppose abortion on demand.
Do you feel young people would vote for the Scottish Family Party?
I think we have supporters in all age ranges. I think youth engagement in politics is very important.
We found that young people are looking for news to be delivered to them, whether in depth or in bite-sized chunks. But what people are looking for, especially young people, is just the news to be sort of presented in an unconventional way, or in using a platform that's popular with them. And I'm sure you know all the different platforms that are popular with the youth these days. You know, like TikTok, there's OnlyFans, Instagram, Facebook, obviously YouTube. So what we've done is we've actually created a news broadcast using that. Would you like it in your lap or?
Yeah, I'll have it on my lap, yeah. Let's have a look.
Oh, hey, hot stuff. Nice to see you again. You back for some more news? So I know lots of people have trouble keeping up with the news, and I don't blame you. It's so boring and hard to listen to. It's the same old white dudes every day reading out the same depressing information. But don't you worry, I've got something better in store for you.
I'd rather people didn't watch the news than watch that. But he talks about something about the hard issues. Did he wink at that point or whatever? I mean, it was quite clear what he was getting at. So I think that's just vulgar and trivializing, and it's just, I've got no time for it.
Oh, okay, so this video's definitely not for everyone, and that's fine. But what do those who work in this type of entertainment think? Did they see this working? The council announced on Friday that over 1,000 local businesses in the city will share part of the grant, with each receiving upwards of £5,000. Oh my god, that's a lot of money.
I think it's it's like funny.
Well, Ross, I gotta hand it to you. Your video's a big success.
Thank you. I mean, I am fairly impressed with the results so far. I just still think we need more varied responses to properly quantify how well this video's done.
Well, why don't you ask your friend Renzo? He's a bit of a political maverick.
Yeah, Renzo's very weird, and he's not really my friend, but sure. I mean, he is different, and yeah, he's out there. I just don't know, he can be very unpredictable.
Well, listen, Ross. All you need to say is, do you like this video? And all he needs to say is, yes, I do.
Yes, I do. And that's it?
That's it.
I'll call him. I think I've got an idea. Oh, Jesus. Oh, hi, Renzo.
Yes.
Good to see you.
See you as well.
Before we start the interview, Renzo, could you just look into that camera there and say, yes, I do?
The camera there?
Yeah, that one.
Could I ask why?
Just because, it's a great way to check audio levels. That's a good phrase to use, yes, I do.
It's to check audio levels, yeah?
Check audio levels, of course.
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. So, Renzo, how do you identify yourself politically?
Politically speaking, I am an anarchist.
Who would be your political idol? Do you have one?
Kill your idols.
Kill your... Okay. This is the project that we've been working on. It's obviously to sort of get the young people watching news a bit more and keeping up with it. And it's creative, and I'll let you see it. So we're going to be moving on to something bigger, if you know what I'm saying. And this story involves a Johnson. Don't get too excited, because it's Boris Johnson.
How do I put this politely? I mean, not to say that you're not an attractive man, you very are, but most people when they're watching pornography aren't exactly interested in hearing the news. As for getting young people involved in politics, I'm not so sure.
Do you think that video could change the way young people consume the media, consume the news, get their information? Do you think it could definitely get them a bit more politically engaged?
The video itself?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'll give you a minute to think about that. And I'll ask you it again.
A minute to think about it?
Yeah.
I assure you that's what I'm necessary. Yes, I do.
Well, thank you there, Renzo, for the kind comments. There you have it. An erotic news reading can be a great way to educate the youth about what's going on in the political world.
Excuse me?
I'll see you next time on Getting Involved.
I'm sorry, excuse me?